Imagine a scenario. Just imagine a bus going down the road with no lights on. That's right, the bus has got no lights on, look. It's very scary. Imagine the bus is going down the road with no lights on. And the bus driver's got earphones in his ears, listening to loud music. And he approaches a red traffic light, obviously preparing to brake. But then he doesn't brake. He proceeds through the red traffic lights. I mean, that would be a very scary scenario, yes? Well, thank God buses don't do that. Well, thank God that buses don't do that, and the bus lights are back on again, as you can see. Now, which other road user shares the public highway with us that does exactly what I've just said? Which other road user does that? Well, let me see. Truck drivers? No, they don't do that. No. Car drivers? Nope. Let me see. Van drivers? No. Motorcyclists? No. Pedestrians? No. Pedestrians are obviously on the footpath. So let me see. Who else shares the road with us? That just leaves one more. That's right, cyclists. Yes. Now, before I have a go or a dig at cyclists, let me first congratulate those cyclists that do a fantastic job of obeying the laws of the road. Thank you very much to those good cyclists who obey the law. Yes. Now, let me get back to those cyclists that obviously break the law. Well, one, they don't have any high visibility clothing on. Two, they don't have any lights on their front or rear of their bicycles. They have no lights on their bags, they have no lights on their helmets. They go through red traffic lights. Let me see. Basically, the only test cyclists have to pass to be on the road is the balance test. You know, the balance test where you learn to ride a bike, obviously when you're young, and that's it. There's just no rule at all. It's like there needs to be some kind of cycling training initiative, because cyclists, obviously, there's different standards of cyclists. There's some fantastic cyclists out there, big thank you. But there's some cyclists that just don't care, and that's where it's very dangerous. And obviously, I think there will be a lot less cyclist deaths around if there was a little bit more awareness on the road. Now, another thing as well is, to us bus drivers, when we come towards the lights, if you can see a little gap here, there's a little gap in between the curb and the bus. Now, you can get a tyre that size in there. That's right, you can get a tyre size in that gap there. And I see a lot of cyclists come down the side of the bus when we're at traffic lights. And when we're about to set off, it scares us because as we're setting off, the cyclist is right next to the bus. Now, if you can imagine, cyclists obviously do this to cars and trucks and whatever. It's very, very dangerous. Please, cyclists, please don't do that. It really scares us. So please, if you're a cyclist, make sure you don't go down that gap, because it's very, very tight. And honestly, it's dangerous. You can see the gap there. Look at the gap. There's absolutely nothing there. So please, if you are a cyclist, be very careful out there, because obviously, look at the size of a bus. Obviously, it might look very small there, but when it's up close, it is a very big thing. So so please, be careful when you're on the road, because this little gap here, it's basically not there for the cyclist. It's just there so that you don't go down that gap. And obviously you sometimes see on the back of buses something like this. Caution, this bus pulls in frequently. So please be very careful. Have a good day, everybody. So once again, just for cyclists, please have your lights on. Please have your lights on the front and rear of your bicycles, on the front and rear of your helmets, on your bag. Please have high visibility clothing. Don't go through red traffic lights, and don't put earphones in, because obviously you don't have a clue what's going on, and don't swerve around as well. But for all the good cyclists out there, big thank you. Please pass the message on to those cyclists that are breaking the law. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a fantastic day. Now, just to finish off, I did do a bit of research. It was in a newspaper article here, and it said that 10% of cyclists went through a red light. 10% of cyclists went through a red light. Now, we do know that road junctions are very badly designed, so hopefully, you know, the roads in England will be better designed for cyclists, as it is quite dangerous. Now, it can be quite a tense moment for cyclists when they are at the actual traffic lights, because obviously they have vehicles behind them and it is quite scary. So I understand that some cyclists want to move off ahead of cars, which is why there is a gap at the front where the traffic lights are, so that cyclists can move off before cars. Now, basically, there's an AA president called Edmund King. Here we are. So there's an article on the paper, and he said that basically he himself is a keen cyclist, but he says that jumping lights, whether by drivers and cyclists, doesn't foster good relations, but it's not the main cause of the current deaths, which is interaction between large vehicles and cyclists. Instead, he would like to see better driver and rider awareness, enhanced mirrors on larger vehicles, and improved road design. He says we cannot allow this wasteful, tragic carnage to continue, with obviously a lot of cyclist deaths in London recently. So the main thing is not to pull up at the side of any large vehicles, as you might get dragged under. Please drive safely, everybody. You can find out more online about cycle safety. Just Google cycle safety, how to ride a bike safely. Thank you for watching, and let's hope we can have safer roads in England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales.